Welcome to Amateur Redneck Workshop. I'm Harold, and this week I've been a tired old geezer because all the fun things I've got to participate in, and not the least of which is having a little storm here. I meant to put this bit of video together about 3 days ago, but too much come up for me to do to have time. And anyway, this is a little video that shows you some of the flood water around here during the storm and a little after. And such as, let's see now, day before yesterday, I got to haul a lot of things from a relative's house that got water in it to an apartment. Yesterday, I had a couch that they had gotten, and I'm sure it probably must have been about a 400-pound couch, because two guys couldn't really, get the thing picked up easy, and I had to get it up 3 flights of stairs. Yeah, that's where all the stuff I've been moving went, up 3 flights of stairs. So I went down to Home Depot, which AVE made famous for calling it Home Despot, and there's always some Hispanic type gentlemen, standing around out by the road looking for work. And so I went over there, and I got one guy that could speak a little English, and at least he could speak more English than I could Spanish. But anyway, the other guy with him that translated everything out, and everybody was happy, and he got in the truck with me, and we drove the half hour down south to start picking up, try to put up that couch. And we got to the apartments. This couch is the one that's got those holes in the side with the little plastic inserts to put your hands on. It was in the box new. And so we start trying to drag it up the first flight. We dragged it, down the sidewalk and across the parking lot and all that, and it worked pretty good. But when we started trying to drag it up the stairs, the main thing we accomplished was ripping those handholds out of the cardboard. I mean, they just slid all the way to the end of the cardboard, and then they ripped out. So it was looking pretty bad, and we tried different ways, and I went and got a tow strap out of the truck and wrapped around it and tried to winch it up with my tie-down clamp, and that could have worked if I'd had a whole lot of movement with it, but it wraps around the axle, and really pretty quick it jams up all the space it's got for the strap. And so, to make a long story short, the nurse lady that lived across the driveway there saw us struggling with that thing, and she came over with a teenage boy, and with the 4 of us, we managed to get that sucker up 3 flights of stairs. And of course, me and the Hispanic gentleman, we carried a dresser up the stairs, and then carried up a big 65-inch TV up the stairs, and that took care of his obligation, so I took him back to Houston. I was about to drop him off before I picked him up there, and he said, no, my car, And I said, your car? Oh, okay. So I drove up before he parked his car. He says, too much work, I'm going home. So I guess I like to did him in. Of course, he'd like to did me in too. And that was by 9:30 in the morning that I dropped him off. Actually, a little after 9, maybe 9:10. He worked. He was involved in an hour and 45 minutes. So he got the deal, I promised, and I give him an extra 20. So he had his $60 there, which is a pretty good wage for an hour and 45 minutes. Anyway, so I went home. It's way past time. I was about 100 miles overdue on changing oil on the truck. Whereas no more free oil changes at the dealership. So I bring it in the garage here and I get it jacked up. And it's a lot heavier than most vehicles I've had, so my jack complained all the way. And I crawl under it and grab a hold of the plug with my wrench, and I just barely had just move it a little, and the plug unstuck and come loose. And that kind of made me worried, because I don't like drain plugs that aren't cinched down good and tight. But anyway, when I pulled that plug out of there, a flood, about 1,000 gallons a minute of oil come pouring out of there. And it was hot oil, and it's going down into my drain pan and just arcing up over the sides like that. And tried holding my hands in there, but the oil was too hot. You know, you get it in and back out. So when I finally got the oil out and the plug back in, I said, well, okay, now I got to change the filter. And I started looking for that sucker, and under the front of the truck there's a splash pan that starts at the bumper and runs halfway back up under the engine, and I look and it's up under there. Now I look around, there's only 4 bolts. I thought, well, this is you know, it's this cinch, pop the 4 bolts off and I can get right at the filter. No, there was 2 little fingers sticking out of the front of the frame, and it was hanging on them, and it was behind all the bumper and stuff, and I couldn't see what it was hanging on. So it took me a half hour to get that piece off. And I finally got in a position where I could see the little fingers sticking out there through holes in that splash pan. And then I thought, well, all right, now we're down. Everything's going to go good. And I got to the filter, and I had one of those little sheet metal cup things that supposed to be a filter wrench, and they would just slip around it. That filter was tight, so I thought, well, I'll knock it loose with a bar, you know. So I got 3 of my 3/8 drive extensions, stuck them together, hammered on that thing, and I did a lot of hammering before you ever let go. Mushroomed the end of one of the bars. Finally I got the thing off of there and got the truck back together. Well, while I was under there cussing Toyota, events were going on around me. When we come back from Galveston, me and the Hispanic fellow, there were about 30 highway patrol cars headed to Galveston. And so I thought, son of a gun, you know, something's going on there, but I don't know what. And then after I got the truck, the oil changed, well, the boss lady had canceled her appointment at the beauty shop because I told her I didn't think I was going to get this job done in time. Normally it's about a half-hour job, you know. But anyway, I told her I had it done, and, you know, we could just go and do whatever she wanted right then. She wanted to go eat, so we went to eat, and then she said, well, drive by the beauty shop. And this beauty shop's on the main street in Pearland, which is, city limits is, you know, just a mile or so to the west of me. And so we went over there, and they had cones all up and down the road blocking things off, and I told her, I said, something's going on here, you know. And oh, she said, what do you think? I said, well, I don't know, I heard President Trump was touring Texas. I said, it could have something to do with him. She said, no. She said, why in the world he come to Pearland? So I drop her off at the beauty shop after we get past all the cones and the tons of police cars and all that sort of thing. And her beautician says, well, her sister that lives in our neighborhood said President Trump toured the neighborhood, and she got pictures, you know, of him. So there, while I was laying out of the Toyota, you know, truck, cussing Toyota, I missed all the excitement. But anyway, we got through with that, and the wife, she, you know, the boss lady, she wants me to get out and look around and see if we can get a TV stand for the relative. And then the relative calls, and so we go grocery shopping and pick up a whole bunch of stuff. My truck's full of junk again. And we go back to there, and who do you think gets to carry all that stuff up 3 flights of stairs? I tell you one thing, when I got home at 9 o'clock last night, I was pooped, you know. But anyway, we'll get on with the video. It had too much to do it before, but I'll show you the aftermath of the oil change. I haven't even had a chance to clean that up yet. There you go. What a mess. I got to clean all that up. That pan over there, that round thing, that's the most useless shape for something to drain oil into. The oil hits and it just curves up over those sides and runs out in the floor. I've got to get something better. I'm tired of it, especially when it makes a mess like that. Okay, well, we'll go on to the video. It won't be any joke today because there's nothing much funny going on. And you can see all the flood water around here. I'm on the way to get gasoline for the generator. And this is a bad spot in the road. One of the days I came down here it was dry, and the others it's had water in it. The other end it would have water all the way up to the curb and over. And all this is after it's gone down a pretty good bit. We seem to have probably more water up here, so I may have to go around the hesitant people to get to the Shell station. Yeah, there's more water, but not like at the other end of the street. The other end of the street is above the curb, and way up into there. So I'm going to go ahead and go for it. These guys can wait until they get up the nerve. It's not really a place to take a car unless you got one of those really tall four-wheel drive jobs with a lot of clearance. And there's the Shell station over there, so there's a lot of water between me and it. I'm not sure exactly how I'll go about getting into there. Guess I'll go down the street and come back. Looks like probably the best bet. This water here is probably 8 inches deep, which is, my truck's got about a foot of clearance, so even though I look like a motorboat, I'll make it. Shallow now next to the turnaround, and if I can make it into that parking lot, I can drive on dry ground all the way. It gets much deeper down there. I just wish that I had a bunch of bananas, which would be from the grocery store if it was open. Oh boy, it's kind of deep right there. But when I get down here somewhere, I've got to cut across and get to the gas station. I couldn't have made it on the parking lot there all the way. I should have just turned in. I don't think I could. It looks like they've got a curb. Yeah, they've got a curb to stop you from going through there. Alright. Down the little shallow deep spot rather, and into the Shell station. Well, the second Shell station that I found didn't have anything in it either. It took my credit card and all that, and then when I tried to get the pump to go, no go. So, follow the herd of wild rednecks that are looking for gas. It's just a scattering of pickup trucks in search of the Exxon graveyard where they buried all the gasoline. Alright, here we go. There's the drainage ditch chock full. Right up to the banks. Now I'll go down here and turn around that. I was going to make a little shot of that, and then I drove past it. This is one of the things my neighborhood gets like a castle with a moat around it. Used to, when we have just a normal rain, like 3 or 4 inches, you couldn't get in or out. If you're in, you stayed. If you're out, you stayed out. There's the water. Of course, all this was all the way up over the road just as recently as Saturday, which is about, I guess, 3 days ago. Well, let's see if we can get the caravan. We're not going to be able to get down this end of Black Hawk either. It's plugged even worse than the other end. Cars down there with water up to the windows. So, there we go. I'd hate to have that car sucker flooded out for good. Okay, so try and see if I can't find some low spot to cut through these neighborhoods to get over by the hospital, because there's at least 3 gas stations over there, or 4. If I can get there, it's in a low spot, so I don't know. Okay, there you go. That's the other direction. We're not going to be able to go that way either. I don't think. Looks like it's all up over the curb. Doesn't look good down there. I don't know if that's a stalled car or somebody. No, it's somebody. They may be making it through. Or yeah, that's a car that's coming this way, but well, I might sit here a second and see what somebody else does. If they get through, then I can get through. But there doesn't seem to be any real reason for me to go down there. So, another direction. The back side of where I started out, my house on the other side of that water. Guess I'm going to have to go the long way around. Alright, we're going down toward my street, and here's a branch of the drainage ditch. Pull up. People are dragging carpet out back up the street there. So undoubtedly they got water in their houses. All this street was full of water. I know the first night, I guess it was Friday night it started raining, or maybe Saturday night, one or the other. Power went out at 10 o'clock. I went out of curiosity around midnight to look, and my street were coming up on here. My street was full from sidewalk to sidewalk. And of course, the further you got down toward the other end, down in this direction, the worse it got. It looked to me like you could be getting into houses down at the end of the street. This normally gets pretty deep down here, but I'm going to see if it's possible to get through. If not, maybe there's a street that's in between this street and the next one. I may go around and give it a shot. Well, it doesn't look overly good, does it? Of course, it doesn't look overly bad either. No, I can handle this easy. So, now we gotta figure out, can we handle that? So I think I'll just let you guys take a nap while I figure out if I can navigate this. I can handle this part of it easy. But is it worth going down here? About an inch above the curb here, which means it's kind of deep. See, look at this, and all that's still up out of the water. So, I don't know. It's getting deeper quicker. I guess I'll go home and be patient. Just look at that. Looks like the siding all blew off of his house. There you go. Here's another approach to try to get down to the hospital. If I can just get there, there's 3 gas stations right together. Oh boy, he's sure going through some deep stuff. If he makes it, maybe I'll make it. I don't know. We'll see. Here's the main drainage ditch. And it looks like it's come down a little bit. It was almost over the bank. I don't know. And there is the intersection with the 3 gas stations. It was kind of a little bit deep to get this far, but if there's one of them open, we're going to buy some gasoline. All right, so I made it to the gas station, and a fellow that was at the gas station had 3 gas cans, filling them up, 5-gallon cans, him and his son, and he didn't want to have to carry that much all the way back home, so he just bought my gas to carry me home. I didn't ask him to, but we had to go inside the pay. I told the guy I was going to fill up over there, and went and filled up, and when I headed for the door, he come, I said, I got it, I paid for it already, you know, so I guess there you go. Anyway, I just took them home, and I'm going to try to get across the street, and then I can go around the back way to my house, and we got another couple of days here, or at least another day of gasoline for the generator. And talking about generators, I was telling him I kind of wish I had bought one of those natural gas generators. And he told me, he said he works for a company that installs them. He said even with his discount and him doing all the wiring and all that stuff, it still cost him $7,500. So it's a wonderful generator, but I don't know. Maybe it's better to buy a couple of 50-gallon barrels and just fill them up with gasoline. You know, who knows? Anyway, today's gasoline is solved, and we're going to go home and sit around and watch boring over-the-air TV on the channels we can get. Well, that's all, folks. Y'all try to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Leave a comment if you got something to say. And above all, remember, keep on keeping on. Bye now.